Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So today, we're gonna start a studio build kind of video. So I'm planning to build a studio or an outdoor house at the back of the garden. So as you can see, this is what the garden looks like before we start anything. So this is what it came with the property when my parents got it, kind of thing. So there's a old garage. For some reason, is in the middle, or there's still a 5 meter gap between the end of the garage to the back wall. So this is that space, as you can see now. So it's just a waste of space because you don't use it, and this just blocks all the sunlight and just hidden from anywhere. So the idea is to remove the current garage and build an outdoor building which covers the whole width as well as 5 meter from the wall to the back. So it is like a outdoor building kind of thing, and there isn't any space behind it kind of thing, because it's weird. This is a redundant of space, right? Because it's a waste. So that's the idea. So now the builders are here. I just let them in, and they're just having a look at the current building. As you can see, the garage is where you put all of the unwanted storage kind of thing, right, that you don't use in a daily use. It's just there outside. So they start by taking out the door and just removing all the stuff in there. It's random chairs, all the chairs, ladders, some suitcase blocks of random stuff, and wood, because we just did the renovation of the house. So it's just leftover floorings as well as some plywood that's just left over. So that's what's there. And those cabins this has been there in the garage, because I think the garage used to be a wood workshop that's being used by the previous owner. So just random table as well as a storage system there as well. So there's a table in there with the clamp and stuff. Now the builders just start by removing the roofing and knocking out the bricks across. So the way they did it is pretty good, as you can see. It doesn't they just don't start by breaking everything from bottom up. They build from top to the down kind of thing, which is pretty good. So it reduces the amount of damage and the mess that is caused by getting I don't know, a vehicle that just comes and knock over the building. So these use a hammer as well as I don't know what's that called, that tool where you just stab it between the woods and yank it kind of thing to remove the nails. Yeah, I'm surprised that I think this was built in 1940. Basically when World War II was happening, and it's pretty strong. It's still strong. Nothing has been done since then. Even the windows are single glazed, and it's pretty cold inside, and there's no insulation between the walls and stuff. And the roof, the woods are really strong. It's a pain to cut it, and even to throw a nail through. I think the woods they used in the olden days were way different, or maybe it's just been aged for a long time, because it's 80 plus years, and which is insane. And the builders are just standing on it and just walking across without any care in the world, and that just shows the confidence they have, and nothing's happening. None of the wood's gonna break and stuff. Now they're just moving all the mess from the side to the front. So they just create a pile in the center. Here we're just gonna go to the skip once that arrives, but we're just waiting for the skip to arrive kind of. Now just taking the other door apart, but I think the nail in that side of the wall is stuck, so it's gonna be pain. Removing the beam and that door, yeah, see, as you can see, the hinge is broken, so it's just bad to just hammer it down kind of thing. now just taking the wall as well as the wood that's connected to that one at a time. So that is like, it's a pretty tough work. Just get a sledgehammer and just start smacking it down, right? It's a great workout if you think about it. Like building works like a full body workout and just takes you back out. So it just mean that the whole window just came apart. Like it wasn't that bad, like he just knocks out the one side and the whole window came, so it just shows that all it is. And like, as you can see, the frame like for the window is pretty thin, so it is single glazed, and the like I don't know how the windows lasted this long. And like especially in the UK, it's always raining, winding and hailing, and like the window hasn't broken down for like more than 8 years, which is insane. So that's the table I was talking about, clamps and stuff, but it's pretty old. So, and that table is so strong, like the wood is thick for the worktop and stuff. That's the thing, like everything was held together perfectly, and like, when you're looking at it, it looks quick because I just like sped it up so much, but it took a while. Like everything was mounted together really tightly and securely as well. So like on the video it seems quick, but it's not. This took like a whole day to remove that. And the garage isn't that big. The old garage was like, I think it was like 2.3 meters width, as well as like 5 meter length or something. And the new one's going to be like about 6.5 by 5 meter. So or 7. I don't know. I think it's 6.5 because at the back I think the whole wall is 6.1 or 7. I can't remember. It's one of those. Or maybe the inside is 6.5. I don't know. Like it's a bigger workstation because that's going to be like a studio, and like there's going to be good stuff in it. Like we're going to have like unique stuff. I don't want to like tell you everything now. I wanted to keep it a surprise. Just come along with the journey kind of thing, right? So make sure you subscribe and just turn your notification on for all the new uploads regarding the studio build. So basically like the two side is done kind of. Now just for the other thing. Another issue is like the bottom floor is just full on concrete, and I think it's like a 60 centimeter depth as well, so it's not easy to break. So we need to come up and with a new way of doing something about it, or like come out with another solution, and we have, and I think you would like it, but I don't want to ruin the surprise as well, so make sure you stay tuned. Yeah, so when you're removing that side, you had to be a bit difficult because the neighbors' garage, like there's no fence between the garages, so it's just directly to the garage wall. So if they can't just smack the sledgehammer to it, because it would just damage their garage, right? And it's just gonna be a lot of issues. So that's why they do it slowly, so smashing a brick at a time. So this is gonna be a long process compared to the other ones. So they have to do a brick at a time, or like a small section at a time, rather than the whole wall. They can't just smash it in the middle. Yeah, as you can see, he's just taking a brick at a time. Yeah, and it's also a single layer brick, so like I'm surprised that it held this long. Also, having these bricks isn't that bad since we need to use it for the flooring as well, right? So before you put on like concrete on like the new flooring of the outdoor building, we have to fill it with some gravel and stones and like stones and stuff, and you crash it with like what is it called, like a deep presser kind of thing. So it's now for a coffee break. So now they're just measuring how long the thing is. but it's just some discussions. So now we're just discussing how that. So the idea is that that should be like 5 meters, and this should be like 6 point, or like the whole width, right? We don't want to leave a gap because what's the point? Like I think we're gonna leave like a small gap, so it like doesn't cause a problem with the fence and stuff. So it's like I think it's like 10 centimeter gap between the walls to wall, I think, or like the fence to wall, I think, both side. So as we're discussing here, 5 meter means that we had to like break some of the concrete on the floor. So now this moving all the bricks to one pile now because it's everywhere now. So just tidying up into like one whole pile. Oh yeah, as you can see, the neighbor's house has like just the plant overgrown because she is the neighbor is a retired lady, so she doesn't have time, then she can't do her gardening properly. So as you can see at the back, it's just full on like branches just coming to our garden and stuff. So we need to cut all of that. And also, while the new outdoor building is up, we need to also maintain that side as well because we don't want the plants to go through the building and destroy the thing, right? Like you're spending I'm spending a lot of money on this project. Oh, maybe there was a fence, but it just all just like got ruined and just can't be asked. Because I know the current fence are newer compared to that one, and it's hard to fit it because you can't get a human can't fit through the garages, right? It's just so tiny. Now, basically, the full side is done. It's just that one small section on that corner. Like this is tiring. So now it's just cutting all the plants to see how far, how big is our space. Because initially that takes up so much that initially we thought it's going to be like 6 or like 5x5 kind of thing. But then it's like a meter and a half or something, or meter just more on that side. That is just how big the branches just grew, and from the camera angle it doesn't do that much of justice. And so basically, like after this whole clean cut up and like demolished is complete, like the garden it looks massive to us, like because we're used to seeing like a garage in the middle, and no one within my family we never used the back area since it's just depressing. Like you can't put a seat there, and the neighbor's plant always gets in the way, it just covers most of the thing. So it's never that worth it. But once you see the new outdoor building is done, you will see a whole transformation that is insane. Like trust me, you should subscribe just for that, just to see the output. So as you can see, there was a fence, so that thing that he just pulled is a fence, but it's just been I think the plant just grew on the fence and just made that as a home kind of thing, and it was just difficult, so we had to take the whole fence down and put a new one. And just look at how much plant it is. This was I think it took the same amount of time to do that than one side of the wall and two sides of the wall, which is not ideal, but here it goes. Now just pulling all the wings and plants and the stem from there. Everything just tangled together. Yeah, at this point, just use a chainsaw and just cut everything apart. now just cleaning the plants. Yeah, we'll just call that and just creating a section for that. Now they're just checking where everything starts and stuff. Like initially I think they left 30 centimeter between the walls, and then we have to change it, but this is when they measured it to 30 centimeter and did it, and we're like, that's just waste of space, right? Since 30 centimeter both side is like 60, so that adds up. So that's basically like 2 feet. So now it's creating like a layout. So this is the aftermath of the demolish kind of thing. So as you can see, all the garage side, like all the woods on that side, the bricks is here. Then the plant, like now you can see like it feels like the garden just extends. And this is a flat rectangular square. Like it looks big. And I'm using a wide angle lens for this shot, so it might not do justice, but that's the garden after the whole demolition of the garage and cleanup basically. So yeah, that's it for the initial part.